All right, we're going to take a quick break from looking at homes and talk with Lee Sherman, our appliance expert from Hahn Appliance Warehouse. We're going to be talking today about cleaning our ovens, right?
That's right.
Oftentimes we think if there's a button on our oven that says clean, that all you got to do is press the button and walk away, but it's really not that simple, huh, Lee?
No, it isn't. There's a little more to it than that.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, first realize that there are several different types of ovens. Let's deal with the two basic.
Okay.
There is the self-clean that you talked about, but there's also a manual clean.
Okay, what's the difference?
Well, both have porcelain interiors. A manual clean is the oven that you have to use the easy off on to clean. You know, the easy off, the rubber gloves, and you're wiping everything out. But do not use the easy off oven cleaner on a self-cleaned oven. You'll actually damage the porcelain, and then over time, if you try to self-clean it, you can actually ruin the interior of the oven.
Okay.
So make sure you know which oven you have. Do not use easy off on a self-clean oven.
All right, there's step one. Know what kind of oven you've got, right?
That's right. Step number two, if you do have the self-clean oven, again, it's not quite as easy as just pushing the clean button and walking away. No,
okay.
Because what a self-clean oven does is it gets up to 900 degrees and literally burns off all the food and the grease that you've left in the oven.
Right.
So the more food and grease you can get out of the oven before you start it, the less smoke and sometimes fire you're going to have in the oven in the self-clean cycle.
Okay, so step two, clean out as much as you can there at the bottom, and maybe another good rule is stay around the house. Don't press clean on the oven and then walk out of the house. Keep around and make sure you keep an eye on what's going on there. Right?
Absolutely. The next thing, anything that's shiny, take out before you start the self-clean.
Why do we do that?
Good question. The shiny is chrome, and much like the exhaust pipe on a motorcycle or on a nice car, when it gets hot, it discolors and it turns kind of a blue, gray, black. Well, if you leave the racks in the oven, they're going to turn that same color.
You know, that makes perfect sense. So, last step, take everything shiny out of the oven so that once it is all clean, you can put it back in there. It's still nice and beautiful and shiny, right?
That's it.
Okay, so just to recap there, we've got to make sure that first we know what kind of oven we have so that we know how to clean it, correct?
That's it.
Step two, make sure that you clean everything out of the bottom. Well, I say everything. Get a good majority of what you see on the bottom because, like Lee said, we don't want any fires starting. And step three would be take anything out that's shiny so that you can keep your oven looking beautiful. Now, after it's cleaned, what's going to happen? We're going to have a film, a white film that comes up, right?
You're going to have kind of a powder or residue left of all the stuff that's been burned off during the self-clean cycle.
Now, what would you recommend? Just like how you clean out the fluids before you clean, do you clean it off with a sponge? Is that what you would recommend?
That'd be great. Just a sponge, a rag, something that's a little damp, and you should be able to just wipe the powdery residue out, and the oven should look almost new.
All right, there you go. Thanks so much, Lee.
You're welcome.
See, it's that simple. All right, if you have any questions about cleaning your appliances, you can always call Hahn Appliance Warehouse or just stop by. They'd love to see you. All right, now back to more homes.